What's going on, guys? So today's video is we're doing a photo shoot 25 package for this home in Heartland, Texas. I'm just kind of doing a little walkthrough right now. It looks very basic. Looks like it might be a 3-bed, 2-bath. The living area is kind of lame. So this is your main living / dining area right there. The laundry room's behind the camera. Closet, bathroom. Yeah, so it's just a 3-bed, 2-bath. Not that big, honestly. And I feel like it would still be kind of overpriced. So essentially, I'm just kind of walk you through what I do. And it's kind of echoey. I'm using different kind of mic setups, but it's kind of echoey. But my kit is a Sony A7 IV, Samyang 14 millimeter. I have a quick button, custom button to go into Super 35 mode as well. That way I can go from 14 millimeter to 21 millimeter, so the space doesn't feel super big in some instances. We're shooting on aperture priority with a continuous 3 bracket at 2 stops a piece. So there'll be 2 stops in between each photo. And then we'll kind of see what we get from here. So I'm not going to be in frame the whole time. So we'll just kind of see what we get. I kind of want to keep my tripod out of the way here of this. So I'll kind of move you guys around with me. And then I did have another shoot for the same client in the same neighborhood, but they actually, no, the other home was not ready. So just kind of working with what we got here. And then one thing, I don't use flash for my real estate photos. Some people do. I don't do window pulls or anything of that nature. I try to do everything I can with purely, I try to do everything I can just purely by in camera. Okay, so let's move over here. Now, with this being the kitchen, and with it being so wide open, there's a couple of different options that you can do here. So one, let's make sure this light's on. If it works, doesn't work at all. So what I normally try to do, I'll try to come in it around a 45. Imagine, you kind of want to picture everything as a box, right? So now this is a box. So from where I'm standing is a box in line with that edge of that countertop. And you want to be high enough on the camera to where you're not seeing underneath the cabinet. So when you're shooting real estate photography, you don't want to see this underneath the cabinets, because 90% of the time that is not finished and it's tacky. Then there will be some instances where some people will do their own very cheap version of under cabinet lighting, and then you can just see the LED strips just glued there. So you kind of want to get to where you're above that bottom cabinet line. So we got that, and we'll come over here and get the fridge area. So what I'll do, I'll back up in this corner if you can see me, and then I'll just shoot this like a typical room shot. Now I'm pretty sure I have my camera on 5 bracket right now, not 3 for the windows, because You really need 5 bracket for the windows. All right, so now we're in the main living area, which would be another box, and I'm probably blocking you. So we kind of want to set it up. Again, we're shooting the box. So you want one side to be your anchor wall. And I'm going to see if I can set it up very similarly on my phone. Oh, it's actually pretty close as it is right now. So on my camera, plus this camera, this wall here is my anchor wall on the shot. And this is how I would take the still photo. Let that timer take. And the reason why we're taking bracket photos is that way we'll get an underexposure, overexposure, and a medium exposure, and then a couple of in-betweens as well. So I'm going to move it over here. Now we're going to shoot this way. And again, it's going to be a similar scenario. I'll try to get you as close as I can to the shot that I have, but keep in mind we're limited here. Having to spin you guys around. Work with what I got. Okay. So it's not going to match up perfectly, but this is rough. It gives you a rough idea. This camera is really high compared to my actual camera, because you kind of want it level. But that gives you the same idea, because this would be our anchor wall over here. So really, you don't want to cut off that window. So you'd be just before that window. So that would be our anchor wall. This would be the shot, but you'd want to be lower. And if you can see how low my actual camera is, it's about just below my chest. So we'll go over here now. And it's not often I do shots like this or do videos like this, but I just kind of wanted to switch it up a little bit. And again, this would be the ideal setup, but lower. Okay, moving you guys. I kind of like how this is working out though, because I'm able to position you guys exactly where I need to be. All right, give me a second, because I need to adjust my tripod here, because we found an unlevel spot in the house. So I think this needs to come out just a smidge. There we go. Okay. So now we will try to match the shot with the phone. Okay, that's pretty close. Hit the button. All right. So now we got our box in terms of kitchen, living room. So now we're going to do the master. That's actually pretty good right there. Now, in terms of why I always suggest real estate photography for people, in terms of, I don't like the term side hustle, but it is what it is. In terms of an income source, let's just say that, because it's pretty reliable. The only downside is you're kind of dependent on the market in your area. And in some instances, the market is not great right now. I'm in the Dallas, Texas area. That's where my main base of operations is in the Dallas, Texas area. And our market we're in our slow season, so it's rough. Our busiest season is, of course, the summer. There has been times where I have done extremely well, and I mean extremely well, in the summer, making almost what other people would have made in a year. Like the typical average, worker's salary is what I would make in a summer, in a good summer. Summer of 2020, 2021, yeah, summer of 2021 was my best summer overall because interest rates were really low. A lot of people were selling, a lot of people were buying. And ever since then, I just haven't had quite the same summers, which is unfortunate because we all like money. Adjust my camera here. There we go. Block that call. All right, so this is where photographs get kind of interesting. So we'll back this up because bathrooms are a different scenario because the countertops are either sometimes really high or really low. I'll try to position you guys where you can kind of see. And this one, it's on the lower side. So my standard height for my camera is way too high for me to really get a good clean shot. So what I'll come in here and I'll do is I'll drop my tripod down one setting because that'll actually help me get in this doorway closer. And then now I will try to get as close as I can in here without really bumping anything. See what our angle is. Okay. Then I got to move you guys because you're in the shot. And we will hit the button. Okay. All right, so now let's go to the other side of the house. And it's really nice. They actually left all the lights on for me. Most people don't do that. I usually have to come in here and walk through, turn everything on, which I still check because you have to check. No. So let's go to the other side of the house. Oh. All right. No, tiny bedroom. Super tiny bedroom. All right. See how we got this angle. That's pretty close, actually. I just set this stuff down. It's pretty close. So I'm trying to give you guys the same angles that I would shoot. That way, if you're trying to learn, you have a very good idea of what you're walking into. Okay. Am I showing up in that? I am a little bit. Don't want to show up in the bathroom pictures. All right. Hit the button and hug the wall. Okay. All right, so this one, we won't get one of this corner. So we'll avoid getting a picture of this corner just because this closet's in the way. And you see how much that closet's protruding. That, even with my super wide lens, that would make the room look incredibly small. And we do not want that. And usually, bedrooms, you can get away with one angle, two max. So usually what I would do is I'd get one from the bedroom door looking into the room, and then one from the opposite corner of the door looking towards the door, like this way. So I'd get one shooting this direction and then shooting that way with an anchor wall. Come on. These bracketed photos take time to process. All right, I'll swing wide here so we can get into this other little bitty room. And this room is almost a square, but not quite. So it's almost a square. So we're going to shoot it this way, just directly ahead. You can hear the neighbors outside fighting. That's always good. Why can't I turn this? So we'll do it like that. Hit the button. Okay. All right, so now we switch this side. All right, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this that well. You're just going to have to make do because I can't fit in here myself. Okay. Pretty good. Hit the button. All right. Now I just got to get this bathroom here. And then I just got to get the backyard and we'll be out of here. But this is how quick this goes. This video is essentially the full length process of what it takes to shoot some of these houses. Now this bathroom's going to be a little wonky because it's not set up great for a photo. So it's going to be a little off kilter, which is fine. Perfectly fine. All right. Turn these lights off because we're done here. Move you over here. All right, make sure these lights are off. And I don't know if I'm cutting in and out or not because I keep walking through walls. Okay. Try to make sure I got all these lights off. Because I'm not the one paying these bills. And I don't want people to be upset with me. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. All right, we're going to follow the same principle that we were using inside. Just set up like a box. That's actually the perfect shot on the phone. Then you can hear lovely neighbors arguing. All right. All right, get this one. That angle's not going to match. All right. Then we will get one looking back at the main yard. All right. And that is it. Let's make sure I get this locked. There we go. All right. So that's going to be it for me. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. In terms of the camera equipment that in case I didn't say before, it's a Sony a7 IV with a Samyang 14 millimeter. And then I have a custom key set up to punch into 21. That way stuff doesn't seem as big whenever I'm really far away or shooting a really wide open space. And then I have a small rig cage with a Peak Design grip strap for whenever I'm handheld. A little $100 newer tripod. Outside of that, thanks for watching. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how easy real estate photography is. We'll catch you guys later.